Now we will look at speech-based sign languages. Sign languages use the parts of human body in three-dimensional space as the physical means of communication. Speech-based sign language represents spoken words and the order of the words or morphemes as they appear in the ordinary spoken language. So speech-based sign language consists of letter by letter and morpheme by morpheme representation of the language. Yes, again, with regard to the expression of the language, we do rely on the movements of hands and other parts of your body. So, looking at these different types, we will see the first important is fingerspelling. That is considered as letter by letter. Now, according to this system, words are represented by spelling them out letter by letter in terms of individual signs, where each sign represents a letter of the alphabet. Hand, as you can see, A, B, this is C, D, E, F. So, if you look at all these alphabets and you see the movement of the fingers, hand and finger configuration are used to indicate letters such as making a V with the index and middle fingers or an O with a thumb and the index finger. So thus a word such as enough would be signed letter by letter as E, N, O, U, G and H. Words and entire sentences can be communicated in this letter by letter method. The order of letter is exactly the one that occurs in the writing of the ordinary language. Thus, this shows that the sentence, for example, the boy coughed, is expressed as the series of individual letter signs such as T, H, E, B, O, Y, C, O, U, G, H, E, and D. Now, in addition to that, we have M&M, which is morpheme by morpheme systems. Now, learners simultaneously acquire the morphology and syntax of both the sign and related speech-based language. By learning the system, not only will the person be able to communicate with other hearing-impaired person who also know the system, but he or she will have acquired knowledge in terms of syntax and word structure that will be useful in learning the ordinary speech-based language as well. It is easier for an adult hearing person to learn morpheme by morpheme language. Reason is, since the grammar of morpheme by morpheme system is based on the grammar that is the grammar which the hearing person already knows through speech, this is of particular advantage to hearing parent of deaf children who naturally want a means with which to communicate with their child as quickly as possible. The serious disadvantage can be that children do not learn morpheme by morpheme easily. Now, research shows children do not readily acquire these languages. As a result, the use of these devised systems often tends to be confined to classroom only. And the second disadvantage is that morpheme by morpheme is not preferred by the deaf community. Despite its advantages, this system, which is the morpheme by morpheme systems, are not preferred by the deaf signers and the deaf community. Reason could be lots of other factors. Now, American Sign Language is a natural sign language that has evolved on its own from its parents. French Sign Language over the past 150 years in the deaf community in America, through the extensive use of signing during this time, American Sign Language has developed into an optimal meaning of signing for its users. Now, morpheme by morpheme is considered to be more cumbersome and more wearing to use over long period than American Sign Language, which has become a more comfortable and flexible method of communicating as far as the deaf people or deaf community is concerned. Sign languages use hand, face, or other body movements in three-dimensional space as a physical means of communication. Principally, there are two types of sign languages, one that relates to ordinary speech-based language and one that is independent of ordinary language.